Outdoors Unlimited here this morning. Today is January 17th, a Wednesday, and normally I'd be in school today, but luckily we had a big snowstorm roll in this morning. Not a big one, but a big one for Virginia, 1 to 3 inches accumulation. And I got off school today. I'll probably be off for, a couple days, knock on wood. But came out here on the river a little bit later in the morning. Early this morning, I tried the big river with my dad and in our floater blind, and we hardly saw anything. We saw maybe 6 ducks, and so I decided I was going to go try to do something that I normally don't do on this section of river, which is exclusively jump shoot. Normally on this section of the river, I like to go into an areas that I've already scouted and set up decoys and hunt like that. But with this freezing weather like this, and I haven't been on this section of the river in almost a month, I decided it would probably be best just to try to jump shoot it. So what I'm trying to do is basically there's about a mile section of river that I can paddle up until I get up to some beaver dams, and I'm just gonna basically paddle that section of river and see if I can't jump shoot something going up, and then float back down and see if something doesn't come back on the river between the time I go up and the time I go down. And I've tried this a couple times before, just coming down, and it's worked okay. So we'll see how this goes. I'm mainly gonna be targeting geese is my number one. I've already seen a good few geese. I'll roll some clips. A good number of geese have already tried to land basically on top of me, and I just wasn't quite ready. I wasn't quite in an area where I like to jump shoot, or where I like to shoot. So I paddled a little bit further upriver, and now I'm really starting my my jump shoot. So stay tuned, and hopefully we can get some of these geese and maybe some mallards and wood ducks, because they do use this section even late in the river, late in the year. So yeah, stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so as you just saw, I had a big flock of geese upstream of me. I paddled into about 35 yards. I should have just taken a shot while they were standing there. I let them kind of get up and fly out into the middle of the river, so I had a little bit more of a clear shot. And my first shot connected pretty decently. I saw him go down. He was still definitely very alive. And then I saw about 10 of them start to move out towards the river, so I fired 2 more shots, and then about the other 40 of them came out through the river and flew up. Normally I'd be upset with myself for shooting into a flock like that, but late in the season, these birds are, I'm the only person who hunts these birds and on this section of the river, and these birds are staying here. They don't leave no matter what you do to them. You could kill every single one of them and they will not migrate on you. So don't really feel too bad about that. Those birds will go land probably 500 yards upstream, and I'll get another shot at them. But there's also 2 mallards with them, which is very, very exciting for me. If I can just get 1 mallard today, I'd be extremely happy. But this bird should be dead up here. We're gonna go pick him up. I just about puked when I had to run all the way up through these woods to finish him off. Finally got a good clean finishing shot on him. And I should have probably dropped 2 out of that flock, but getting 1 after the morning that I've had in terms of working my butt off and not killing anything out on the big river, that's pretty rewarding there. So we're gonna go up there and check them out, and stay tuned. I've had a flurry of action. The ducks on this section are way above what I thought they were going to be in terms of numbers. After I shot that goose, I had 4 mallards come and try to land on top of me, and they were just too high to pass shoot. I was hoping they were going to come land and give me a shot, and then 2 of those, I'm not sure, 2 of those or 2 different ones went and landed below me where the geese were. I guess they were probably the 2 mallards that I had jumped out with the geese, and they probably just came back and landed. So I'm seeing a really good number of ducks compared to what I was expecting to see. I was expecting to see maybe 2 mallards. I was expecting to see maybe 2 mallards at most, and I've already seen 6, maybe 8. So I'm hoping for the best, and yeah, stay tuned, and hopefully we can kill some of these mallards and maybe some of these wood ducks. I had something that I was not expecting happen. You know, I said I saw, more ducks than I was expecting. So I was expecting to see, a few mallards here and there. Late season, the mallards are just not normally on this section of the river, especially because I hunted them the beginning of the December season in this spot, and I thought they had left. And I got up here and I jumped about 100 mallards and probably about 500 geese out of this one little slough in here. Luckily, I brought a dozen decoys with me, but I did this exact same thing last year. I jumped about 100 mallards out of this spot, and they never came back. I waited the whole afternoon. I did basically the same thing. I went on a morning hunt, came in here on kind of a jump shoot, jumped a ton of mallards, but this was earlier in the season. Jumped a ton of mallards, set out my decoys, and nothing ever came back except for a couple of wood ducks. I'm trying the same thing again. I jumped these mallards and they kind of got really high and flew away like they were leaving. I'm hoping maybe just a couple trickle back in. There was a huge pair of black ducks. I'd love to kill one of those or two of those. But here's what I've got set up. It's just a little hole. It's just a little pool in here. I thought it was going to be frozen, but it wasn't, but it's not. And I got like half a dozen mallards and then some wood ducks and gadwalls. So I'm set up just kind of behind some trees here. I got good top cover, and I'm basically just hoping that some of these birds come in. There's a good chance that I'll go back to jump shooting. This is actually kind of what I was hoping to do, which was paddle way up the river to basically where I can't go any further, which is here. And then stop here, kind of hang out, throw out some decoys, wait about an hour, and then paddle back down the river. But with all these mallards that I've seen, I'm gonna wait more than an hour. Because, it was insane. I jumped a ton of mallards. I'm not sure how good the footage was on that camera, but we'll definitely check it out. So yeah, stay tuned and alrighty guys, so the ducks did not work out. None of them came back, not a single one, which is exactly what happened last time. But a ton of geese, I don't know, I probably worked 50 geese. I don't have any geese decoys. I was just trying to call them just to get one within range. And I was packing up my decoys. I figured it wasn't going to happen. All of them seemed to be, they'd circle a bunch, but they'd see that there was no geese decoys, and then they'd just leave. And so I was packing up. I got all my stuff. I got my decoys packed up behind me, packing up my bag. That battery just died about 10 minutes ago, and just getting ready to pick up my gun and head out. And lo and behold, I look up and there's a goose just cupped up coming right in. And I was standing about 10 feet away from my gun. I made a mad dash for my gun, grabbed it, and made a really good shot. I wish I had had the camera on. It was about 35 yards and that bird flared on me. I just boom shot him, broke the wing on him, and then he landed. I finished him off. Neither of the cameras were running though. I've been really good about filming shots this year, I feel like, and that time it got away from me. That was probably one of my better shots of the year. That bird was getting it, and I threw the gun up and just boom through the trees, and he came crashing down. So he is floating over there. I'm not sure if you can see right about there. So we're gonna go pick them up. That's a limited geese for me. I killed that one at the beginning of my jump, and then this one at the end of my sit. So Now we're on to ducks. Hopefully we can get maybe a mallard and a wood duck or something like that. I'd be really pleased to get 2 geese and a couple ducks. So stay tuned, and you guys are watching Virginia Outdoors Unlimited. There is my second goose of the day. Another goose limit for me. I think that's my either second or third goose limit of the year in the AP zone, so good stuff. Alrighty guys, so I went from one of my finest shooting displays, shooting that goose, really nice shot, to one of my worst shooting displays this season. I knew the wood ducks were going to be there, and I still wasn't mentally prepared. They always are in that section of the river in the mid to late afternoon. Right here, there's a little creek mouth right there you can see, and the birds are always there. And they flushed at about 10 yards, and they were just, I mean, they just hit the afterburners. I threw my gun up and rushed my first shot, shot behind him, rushed my second shot, shot behind him, and on my third shot I took a little bit more time, still shot behind him, and hit this beautiful wood duck drake right in the butt. Had to go over run over there, finish him off. So that puts me on 2 geese and a wood duck. I should have had at least 2 wood ducks. I should have had both the drakes out of that group, if not an additional hen. I mean, they were so close. If I had just taken my time, boom, 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 I could have easily knocked down 2 or 3. All right, everybody, so it's the day after the hunt today, Thursday. I ended up just not getting around to doing my outro yesterday just because I got out of there kind of late. It was getting dark by the time I got all my stuff loaded up and the birds out of the boat and everything, so didn't really get time to do that, but so I'm doing that right now. We ended the day with 2 geese and a wood duck. You know, as many birds as I saw, I definitely should have killed some more, but I jumped all those geese kind of at the same time, or all the geese and all the mallards. I jumped probably 600, 700 birds out of that one spot where I set up decoys, and I was not going to jump shoot that many birds. I just let them all fly off, and actually, after I shot my goose limit and picked up all my stuff out of that spot, the geese started piling back in there. So I was really happy to see that. You know, the ducks just tend not to go back into that spot. Once you jump them off that spot, I think they migrate, to be honest. I think they jump off that spot and they head south, or either they find somewhere else on that river. Because I did that exact same thing last year. And, you know, some of the birds came back the next couple days, but the majority of them left. So, that's one of the reasons that I really want to get a drone next year, so that I can fly my drone back into that area and, you know, see if there's birds in there before I jump shoot it. But ended up with the 3 birds. You know, definitely should have had another wood duck. I missed those 2 wood, or I had those 4 get up and I missed so badly. But here's what I brought home for the day. 2 geese, and then that was a beautiful wood duck. He's got all sorts of colors in his side right there. I mean, they just have the most beautiful flank feathers. And then 2 decent sized geese. So a really fun day. And, you know, for as much, I did not put in that much work, you know, just basically paddled up, shot, threw out a few decoys, paddled back down, shot some more. So really fun day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to the channel for more waterfowl content. And thanks for watching.